robust urban garlic flavor.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dumb and Dumber podcast, where we look at DSP interviewing Wings, but it's really DSP on his soapbox as always. Let's get into it.
All right, so getting back on topic, because we did get derailed there. The topic of you and me fighting, right? So I don't even know how it came up on your stream. I really have no clue who brought it up or whatever, but someone bait you.
I know.
Into this comment. Okay, so how did it happen? How did someone bring it up?
Somebody came to my comment and said Phil was on a Lummox video stating that he would knock you out in one round. That's what it came to me.
Of course, that never happened.
Yeah, we know, Phil. You don't even take off your shirt on stream. You wouldn't take off your shirt for a boxing match.
Here is my perspective. Okay, you and me in a ring, we square up. Immediately, what I do is I step away from you and I never let you touch me, because I have stamina. I can just dance around you.
I mean, Phil, Wings is probably smart enough to get you into a corner and just start wailing on you. And by wailing, I don't mean giving you large amounts of donations.
I don't know if I'd be able to effectively strike you or hit you, but I'm going to tire you out. You're never going to be able to hit me. Even if you come at me, I'm just going to step aside until you're beat, you're tired, and then that's it.
Well,
I already
the
won.
Only issue of that is I've actually trained in boxing and I know how to cut the ring off.
Well, there you go. And I don't have any boxing skill whatsoever.
He was not prepared for Wings to give him any sort of pushback. Like, this interview just proves whatever Phil gets pushback, he doesn't know how to engage or confront it. So it's basically pointless giving him an interview because he's just going to weasel out of everything.
But obviously, if we were to fight, I would train, I would learn all that. And we, but that was the point.
As a fat Phil, you don't fight the skinny guy out in the living room. You fight him in the bathroom.
Exactly.
What he means by that is that you corner him so he can't run away. And also, Phil would never train for boxing. Come on. He wouldn't learn all the rules. He's too lazy for that.
Exactly. Yeah. You play to your strengths, and that would be your strength, is you have insane size on me, and you can just overwhelm me if you get close enough to me. Exactly right. But anyway, that's the point. Someone, I don't know how it came up, but someone was like, oh, like Wings would beat up DSP. I'm like, no, Wings would never hit me. If we were actually in a real fight and we were training, Wings would never hit me. I would never allow him to get close enough to me before he would gas out, and that would be the end of the fight, right? But that's all I said. I never said I would knock you out. I never said anything like that, but this is what these people do. They take the comment, they twist it, they turn it into something, and now, oh, let's get these guys to be angry at each other. And I hate to say it, it's not just your trolls. Dude, it's everyone around you, at least from what I've seen. And again, I'm watching highlights. You're correct. I'm not seeing the whole picture. But dude, there's been times your moderators say f***ed up about you, about me, about others. They are 1,000,000% goading you into making that clippable content. They are content farming you.
Phil, Wings doesn't really have dents. Everybody is there just for the circus, Phil. There's no Jades in the chat. Wings probably has those issues with his moderators because he doesn't have one moderator on stream like you do, if at all.
And I don't think that you're aware of that. Case in point, this just happened on a stream a few days ago. Your moderators are telling you that my wife left me, okay? And you're like, oh, she did? Oh, she did? That makes sense. Dude, my wife didn't leave me. We're happy. We're actually happier than we've been in a long time. I just don't put her in my content.
He always says that he's happier than he's ever been. It's never been, oh, it's an up and down thing like life is. It's always, I'm happier. And when he says that, it just leads to even more skepticism and people thinking that his wife is gone. He's just fanning the flames and not even knowing it, because he thinks he's stamping out the fire, but he doesn't realize that his shoe has gasoline on it.
So the detractors are like, well, she must have left. Let's make a negative out of this. And then they spread that on the internet and they tell, oh, let's have through the grapevine, this and that. Next thing you know, now it's like a meme. Phil's wife left him. No, she didn't. But now you hear it from your mods and you believe it.
He's so desperate to not show us that his wife is in the snort fort. He can't even have her just pop her head in and say hi and just completely own all the trolls. But he's like, no, it would hurt my family. He can't even snap a picture of himself with Kat with today's paper.
And then you talk about it.
I figured your wife was going through the same thing mine's going through. Well,
what's that?
Not the same exact thing. Like, my wife recently put some weight on and she doesn't want to be on camera anymore. But the reason she put weight on is because my wife had thyroid cancer. So, like, she has to have all these concoction of medications to, like, replicate what her thyroid used to do for her because it got cut out to get the cancer out of her body. and like her medicine messed up recently, and it's affected her metabolism, and she gained like 20 pounds, right? And she's unhappy with herself. And I'm sure your wife, because everybody can see that Kat's gained weight since she got married to you. Right?
Of course. I mean, it was a given just seeing the two times that she really appeared.
And I'm certain, and all women are a little vain, and they don't want to be seen in a negative light.
Yes, wings with the sweeping generalization right here. We're in an internet age where appearance matters more than ever. Like seriously, who has the most followers? Usually people that look good. And who gets more flack for being overweight and not looking good? Think about that.
And I'm sure that's the same effect, right?
Jasper Kitty. Actually, so here's, let me put it this way, because I've explained it to my audience, but this is a great opportunity to get it out there so that people kind of understand, because I think a lot of people don't understand. For guys like you and me, all right, we put ourselves out on the internet every single day, right? We're open to scrutiny, we're open to trolling, but we do it on purpose. This is our job, right? It's our job to make the money. So we're doing that every day. But there's people out there who, they're not used to that level of scrutiny. They're not used to that level of criticism, trolling, childish insults, all right? Nor should they be. You know, most people who don't stream, don't make videos on the internet have never even experienced that kind of level of bullying like we see every day. We're kind of immune to it because we've been seeing this for how many years? But my wife, she doesn't know about that world, all right? Now, she knows about it because she sees it happen to me on stream every day, but she doesn't experience it.
Okay, Phil, thanks for the rambling. You could have just said this stuff on the Level 1 podcast and not even bothered to have Wings here. Like, what's the point of having Wings here if you're just going to open up on your soapbox and just do the same thing you usually do? That's not interesting content. Even Jayde sees right through it.
And so, back when she moved in with me in 2018, it was actually our intention originally that we were going to do some content together. Maybe like once a month we do a Q&A video with the audience and we'd hang out and have, you know, fun conversation with them. And then maybe she would do some gameplay.
Yeah, you never learned from Panda Lee. When she came onto your content, it proved to be a divisive wedge with your fan base.
And this culminated in 2018's Halloween special. She dressed up in a Halloween costume along with me. And we were doing the stream together, playing Silent Hill. And the trolls came by and they said such vile, disgusting things about her on that stream that she literally saw it in a chat, shut down completely. Like, she couldn't help it, you know? Just the natural reaction. She just shut down.
Wings totally does not want to be here. He can clearly see that Phil is just looking for a therapy session.
Off stream, we took a break. She's like, I can't do this. She's like, I thought I could. I thought I was built for it. I'm not. I don't want to be in your content if this is how it's going to be. This is like really messed up. What's going on? I said, I completely understand. And I did the rest of that marathon by myself, despite the fact that it had been planned to be both of us on there. She didn't even appear in my content until 2024 again. I want you to think about that length of time. 6 years away from that, where she wanted nothing to do with it. The only reason she came back is because it had been so long, and we actually really wanted to play Yakuza Like a Dragon together. Well, actually, it was Infinite Wealth.
This is a lie. He put her on there because he wanted to get in front of her being fat because he was planning to do a documentary of Mike Klum. Ultimately, that documentary fell through, but he wanted to soften the blow when word got around the internet that she had gained weight because he knew it was because of him. And if you are full of yourself like Phil, you can't accept anything being bad in your life. So you have to control the narrative.
Because it had this mode that was very similar to Animal Crossing, and we had played Animal Crossing together offline in 2020 and actually loved it. But, oh, we could do a virtual island together, and we brainstormed this idea. Let's have her come back and do this content with me. So she did, and obviously anyone can see, yeah, in those streams, she had gained weight since 2018. 6 years had passed. A lot had happened. All right. Thing is, I don't tell anyone about it. Unlike with you, you seem to be incredibly transparent between you and your wife and everything. You tell everybody everything, right? Like, I don't tell anyone because I've been through this already. You know, I had a
tell
previous...
everything. Like, a lot of people were surprised recently that I own cows.
Oh, I didn't even know that you own cows. That's cool.
Yeah, but I have this whole life that I exist I don't tell people about.
That's good, because I learned the hard way, dude. You know, when I started back in the day, I shared absolutely everything. 100%.
Internet was new.
That's right.
Internet was new.
And who would have thought that something that you said or did in 2010, 2011 would come back to bite you in 2025, you know? You never
Cost me
would have thought.
hundreds of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands.
Yep.
Dude,
So
I hated. I knew when you lost your Twitch that mine was going soon.
I'd love to talk
everything-
about that later.
Everything
same
that
time.
happened to you, I knew it was going to come happen to me. Like if something happened to you, I'm like, all right, this is about to happen to me in the next month. Because they always did you first.
Yeah, and then you were right after. So I think it was an agenda. There was people there working behind the scenes. But anyway,
Wait, Phil, you're saying there may be some overlap between people that troll DSP and troll Wings? What? No way! It's almost like you heard the rumor that Snort Hogan is one of Wings' detractors too.
so early on, I shared everything with my ex and everything. Oh my God, she was in all my content and everything, and it was a disaster, right? Like people would, number one, everyone hates my ex.
She was just as much of an e-beggar as Phil, if not more. But the funny part is that she would give Phil pushback on his stream, which was funny. You know, Kat is never giving him any sort of pushback ever.
So now that's rubbed off on me. Everyone now hates my content because they hate my ex. And then on top of that, I'm revealing things about my private life. People are now starting to do intrusive things to my life. They're with me. They're messing with my actual real life behind the scenes that no one should even know about. You know, because I had a electric bill sitting on my countertop by accident. It wasn't opened. It was a closed envelope electric bill. And I'm filming in my kitchen doing a vlog. They call my electric company and they turn off my electricity. I learned from experience, you cannot share with the internet anymore.
Not if you're a locale, you can't.
Because they will take every little thing, even as stupid or small of a piece of information seems to be that you'll give these people, they'll run with it and they'll create entire conspiracy theory scenarios. So getting back to the subject about my wife and everything, 2024, she comes on the stream. Obviously, she's gained weight. Everyone, again, nothing but disgusting up comments about her. It's absolutely ridiculous and out of control.
They said she was fat and a horse, and they were calling her a horse for years. So what did you expect, Phil? Why did you choose to subject her to that?
And since then, basically, she's made it known, I'm just not built like you guys. You know, you people like you, people like other people, streamers, can be on the internet. They can put up with that level of harassment. I can't. It actually hurts me. Like my brain, my emotions, I get hurt by it. And that's why she's not in my content anymore. And I don't know if she ever will be again, to be frank. The thing is, people like you and me, we're online all the time. People like our trolls, they live terminally online. Like they're never offline. That's their life. To them, they can't even fathom that like someone would not understand that you could be trolled if you're on the internet, or that why can't they get it? Why don't they have thick skin? Not everyone does. Not everyone is like that.
Yeah, and you are the poster child of having extremely thin skin, Phil. You're only there because of the dopamine effect of whales giving you massive donations. If you had a bunch of people giving you $2 and $5 donations, you would have quit by now. It wouldn't even matter if you made more money or not.
They live in an offline real world where you don't get bullied every 5 seconds.
It's like a superpower though. At the end of the day, like when I see like real life problems or like people's real life problems, or they're faking out about, I'm like, this is easy. You ever been raided by the police or had the FBI call you? Like that's an actual problem.
Because Phil's wife isn't in his content anymore, she must have left him. No, she's a normal person, and she doesn't want to be harassed and bullied nonstop. So she doesn't want to be in the
pictures
content.
up on your ex or something though. Like you can take pictures with each other. Just cherry pick a really nice picture you guys together. And
Wings, I'm just gonna stop you right there. You're being very sensible. Yeah, Phil's definition of an average person is a super fan of him that fell in love with him. Okay.
throw up on X every now and then.
I understand exactly what you're saying. But
Yeah.
the thing is, we have, and I say this, people don't want to believe it because they want to believe the toxic, the negative. They want to think that, like, my life sucks because they hate me, right? But in reality, I have a great life.
I'm sure he's having a wonderful time playing WWE Champions on his phone and drinking gin after he streams.
Outside of this room, when I'm with my wife, we have the best time together. We have common interests. We have things we love to do, and no one will ever know about them on the internet, and that's a good thing. The fact that we have that private life or whatever, we don't need to share it with the internet because I don't need to brag. I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not showing off or anything. I'm good.
You are desperately painting a very rosy picture of your home life, Phil. I wonder why.
We made that pact with each other that unless we make an active decision that she'll be in my content again, it's a complete separation of what's public on the internet versus what's private behind closed doors. And our life has been dramatically better since we made that separation. So understand, we're happy. She hasn't left me. Why put extra stress on our life together by putting it public when we don't need to? We're happy as we are. But that's just one case where people like your mods or your viewers or trolls or whoever it is, they come to your streams and they say something. And they're like, here it is. And you're like, oh, really? And then you start commenting on it. And next thing you know, you believe it and everyone believes it. It's not true. And this happens a lot in your content. They goad you into stuff. Oh, Phil said he's going to beat you up. I never said that, but that's what they want you to believe. And now they've got the clip.
I like how Phil will whine and complain when it's about him, but when it's about somebody else, he always takes it up at face value. And it's like, here's the thing with Wings clips. They are very patched together. DSP clips nowadays are like 40-minute long segments that have no edits absolutely in them whatsoever. Yeah, they're taking Phil out of context, that 40-minute long segment. Sure.
They've got that piece of information they want to run and make their videos from. And listen, they do it to me too. They do it to me too. They get my goat too sometimes. But I think it's kind of the thing with you where that's one of the reasons why they latch onto your stuff.
Phil, you're so stupid. If you open your mouth about anything for more than 30 seconds, it becomes a clip because, one, people have made it their mission to clip you 6 times a day. 2, people are fascinated by you because you go on these insane, long-winded rants where a more reasonable streamer would just say, oh, okay, and just ignore it. Instead, you ruminate over all this nonsense and it ends up hurting you in the end because you can't just let it be.
Try not to be boring.
So you're saying sometimes it's intentional. You'll give them that because you think it's
100%.
interesting.
Like the whole Aldi's thing I created was intentional.
Was that the thing where you said that you had stock in something that you can't hold stock in or something like that?
Yes. But guess what? I know you're here. I know you're lurking. Now I can ban your because everything I've noticed about trolls is they're all crypto bros. Every one of them's a crypto bro, and they're all like stock market, Wall Street bets kind of guys. They're all this like human incel incarnate. Like I bet their room has a tangible barrier of smell because they don't take baths. It's crazy. They're all the same. They're just hive mind.
Yeah, there is this mentality where if you disagree with them on one thing, no matter how minor it is, they will cast you out.
I wouldn't doubt you. For me, I mean this seriously, and a lot of people won't believe me. I don't pay attention to what my trolls are doing or saying. I just don't want to know.
But you pay attention to Lummox videos when they talk about you.
And then people will bring it up on my stream, and that's how I hear about the next meme or the next post that's going on. But, like, I don't know anything about them. Like, I didn't even know a guy named Duty or Duty Streams existed until, like, a year ago. I never heard of him. I had no clue who this guy was. You know, people will say it on my stream, oh, Duty. I'm like, what the Duty?
Duty is so confusing, dog. Like, because Duty got money. Like, he's got, like, real money.
Or he claims to have, but then he spends his whole day watching Phil and clipping Phil.
Wasn't he one of your trolls? People said he was your troll first.
At one point, yeah, but he found me boring and he latched onto you.
Yeah. It's not that he found you boring.
He probably, dude, you got real money and you spend all your day dealing with Phil.
Well, yeah, it's like you said. I think a lot of people, they look at these people and they're like, well, that guy's just unhinged or whatever. And to some extent, I think that's the case. I'll be honest. I do feel like there's a group of people who have now grown up. Now, not Duty because he's older, right? But there's a group of people who've grown up on the internet their entire lives. Their entire important existence is on the internet. So they actually think this matters. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. To me, what's more important than anything that happens online is what happens outside of here when I'm with my wife and I'm in real life. It's like I say, online, you guys can make fun of me as much as you want, but I hit my goals and everyone takes my money when I'm off the stream. So why the f do I care what you're saying about me? Right? Why do I care what video Duty made about me today when I'm good? You know, I just don't give. But
he's spending a lot of time trying to convince us that he doesn't care. And all it does is make us feel that he really cares about it.
I feel like there's this weird online culture of people who, like, even if they're okay in life, somehow they feel like the way that they can get any kind of positivity, any kind of feeling of endorphins like running through them is to bring someone down today.
Here's the thing about people. What could you do, like, say, 50 years ago that you can't do today, or it's harder to do today? Is it harder to be in social spaces? Are they more readily available? Are they cheaper? Are they more expensive? Those are some things to consider, Phil.
Now, they don't have the balls to do anything in real life, because if they did, they'd probably go to jail. So instead, they find these resources online to latch on to people and fuck with people online, and this becomes this whole community mentality. These thousands of people on the internet, people all day. I want to bring them down to make myself feel good. But, you know, like you said, it's not just weirdo teenagers or, to some extent, an obsessed group of people, you know, who have like hyperfixation on. I do think that's part of it. There are people who are like that. But I do believe that there's a group of people who now this has become a pastime for them. This is actually how they get their jollies off.
And would people be able to mess with you 24/7 if you weren't streaming 12 times a week, Phil? Did you ever think about that?
Like, if I did everything that my trolls accused me of doing, I'd be in jail. I'd be in jail for the rest of my life. But the problem I have with it is it creates this community, and this community indoctrinates people into hating you. And all it takes is one sick person that isn't clicking all up here in the brain to go do something to somebody. Like, I put somebody in jail. Like, I put one of my trolls in jail for 8 years.
Wow.
From swatting, because they swatted me. And it's like, dude, you cost Horry County Police like $400,000. You don't think there's going to be a case opened up about this?
Yeah, swatting is basically attempted murder. Anybody who swats deserves to go to jail for a long time.
It's like, don't do that.
No, and that's
do
the
that.
thing. They feel like they are immune to any kind of repercussions or any kind of consequences because it's done online. We're still in the early years, the early generation of online existence. We don't have safeguards for a lot right now, right?
Like, if Phil had the power to send people to jail, he would be jailing people for years for just saying he's an e-beggar. Let's be real. That's what Phil really wants. Like, this whining and complaining is just so boring. I'm just gonna skip through more of it, because, like, come on. I don't need to hear all this woes me, self-pity kind of stuff.
I'm a car guy. Like, I know cars.
Mhm.
What is the true story behind the Corolla wheel?
The Corolla wheel. I don't know what that is.
There was a situation, I think Kat was at work, and you stated that somebody stole one of the wheels off of your car.
Yes.
Just one single wheel.
Correct. Yes. That's what
Is
happened.
that the true story?
100%.
No, they just went and took just one wheel.
I'm sitting here streaming, okay, and I get a text from my wife who's getting out of work and normally would just be driving home. And she says, I really don't know what to do. Our entire wheel is missing from the car. I said, my reaction was exactly like yours. I was like, that can't really be what happened. There's got to be something going on here. So I'm trying to get the real story out of her. And she's like, no. And she takes a picture. The entire wheel assembly has been removed, missing. And they left the jack.
At least they left the jack. At least it wasn't on the ground.
Yeah.
But
And
one of the issues I have with this picture, I don't know if you've seen this picture in a while, but like, and the reason I was like, that this can't be the true story, because like, she's parked in a way that she's taking up like 3 parks. Like, she's not directly in a park. Like, the car is like sitting slightly slanted, and then you can see like the wheels missing and the jack's there, and it's like, huh.
Oh, I have no idea about that. When I got there,
this was deep. This is deep within, like, you had the person linked your bank stuff.
Oh, that was way earlier. That was like 3-4 years earlier before that, because this was only like 2 years ago.
It might feel like the same, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't know about the parking position. I know that was a mall parking lot, and obviously mall parking lots, who knows how they paint the lines in that? I don't know. I really have no idea. You want to know the truth? Not once ever has she driven the car when I've been in it. When we're together, I drive. 100%.
Well, I can't say that. I'm the same way. My wife hates driving when I'm there because I critique her driving because she drives like a woman.
Wow, that is incredibly sexist, Wings.
I'll say this: you could be sexist to me. Women are bad drivers as a species.
All I know is when we're together, she would rather that I do it. So I'm like, I don't care. I need to practice. Dude, I drive way less than she does. She's out here, several times a week working. I only leave the house 1-2 times a week to drive, so I need to practice driving. She's good at telling me when we're low on gas, so that, we know to get it.
Like, Phil, doesn't she have access to either a joint bank account or her own bank account to go get gas? Like, why does she need to tell you, oh, we're low on gas all the time? Especially if she's the one driving. Do you, like, control all the finances, Phil? And, like, she can't spend anything unless you give her an allowance?
Either she gets it on the way home or we'll get it when we're out or whatever, not a big deal there.
Dude, I would hate to live the life you're living right there, dude. My wife treats a car like a garbage can.
Oh, man.
Like an absolute garbage can. I'm like, dog, we don't pay $20,000-$30,000 to throw trash in the floorboard. Come on now.
You got to buy the bags. We have those bags you put behind the seat, so when you have trash, you fill up the bag, and then I just dump those out every once in a while. But I just wanted you to think of it this way: the tire is completely removed. Not the tire. The entire wheel assembly was removed. So I lost everything, the entire assembly. And I show up and I'm staring at it. I can't believe it. The mall security can't believe it. Bystanders can't believe it. We called the police. They said, file an online report. We filed the online report. We sent the pictures. We gave the information to the mall security, okay? The police literally never contacted us. They didn't care.
Well, if that's the truth, Phil, you need to take matters in your own hands and go march to the police station.
Not a big
I would have
deal.
wanted the video footage just to put online just to make the money off of it.
Well, you mean like
that
of the car, like walking around the car?
like,
Oh, I
my
see what you're
wheel.
saying. Yeah, we did
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
the mall for that. We said, can we have the footage? And they said, we're not allowed to give that out to the public. We can only give it to the police if the police request it. And the police never cared. They never investigated.
You would think if something like this happened to you that you would follow up on it just to make sure. It sounds like Phil didn't at all. He may not even have filed it in the right place, because come on, it's Phil.
Or if they did, they
Well,
never even told us. They didn't care.
Well, since you had a police file, like you filed a police report, obviously, right?
Mhm.
That would mean it would be the Freedom of Information Act. You could actually go through that since it actually involved in a crime. You're entitled to that footage. It's not like they can't give it to you. Like,
Yeah. I guess if they requested it, then it should be there in
So
that
you
police
should have
report.
had a caseworker. Like generally, when the police give you write a report, they'll give you somebody to contact.
Yeah.
You to contact that guy, and you'd open a FOIA request.
I don't know. I got nothing. I couldn't believe it.
How
They
much
didn't
did that
even
cost
bother.
you?
Yeah, something allegedly happened that would be very significant, and yet Phil has absolutely no idea about it. Sounds about right. Like, why do I feel like he's lying?
Because you have a relatively new car, like a 2020 plus.
No,
so
it's 2017. It's a 2017.
27. That's well,
Yeah.
I'm old. Like,
Yeah,
I'm almost
you
10
got
years
to
old
you got to
now.
understand it's almost 10 years old now. I know it feels like it's new, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
No, dude, I'm not lying again. I'll say this, and people will say he's full of. It cost almost $700 to get the whole thing replaced because it was the entire assembly. It's not just a tire.
Yeah,
the
you got
whole
the wheel
wheel.
and the tire.
You have to order it.
Because it's new. And all
It
the other
actually
ones have,
did.
like,
I
Machinima.
lucked out. It does pretty much match that. It's not. I'm pretty sure everyone saw them doing it in the yard. There was literally in the middle of the mall parking lot, surrounded by other people in cars. They didn't give.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Because I wouldn't. My niece called me. She's like, I locked my keys in my car. So she's at the mall. I'm over here, jimmying her door open and reaching in with a grabber to grab keys out. Just people walk by. Like, we're actually safest now than we've ever been in the history of humanity.
That is true to some extent, but at the same time, I feel like because of internet culture, now everyone just thinks that everything is okay to do.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Phil. You are certainly part of it because you do whatever you want on your stream, regardless of how unethical and amoral it is.
Who cares, right? It's all good. Everyone just does it. I feel like society has gotten a lot worse.
I think it's from your perspective because me and you are different. Because we pretty much pioneered the online trolling. Like we were the first people in line to get the online, but now it's kind of trended upwards. Like more people are. I've noticed more and more content creators get.
There are also a ton more content creators than there were back when the pioneers were getting trolled.
Wings,
fading out.
when did you actually start on YouTube? I don't even know the answer to that question. When did you begin making content?
Very first video was January 28th, 2008.
So you beat me. You actually did. Because I think mine was the middle of 2008. I was at a Street Fighter tournament just covering it. I wasn't making a video playthrough or anything. I was just filming the cabinets. So, dude, we're in this together like exactly the same amount of time.
I met you through a conversation with Hutch as your daddy. Remember Hutch?
Of course. Yeah. That's
We
interesting.
were in a Skype call. We were in a Skype call, and this is right when Machinima kicked off. So this is like 2009, 2010. It's 2009, 100% it's 2009. And he comes in complaining about you. Like, he is so frustrated with you because he was apparently your caseworker. He had just got his job at Machinima. They had hired him. He was your caseworker, and you didn't want to put on the watermarks on your videos because you did so many videos.
Yes. Yeah.
You remember this conversation? I've always wondered, like, what your side of the story of this was.
100%, because my content was so different from what Machinima was doing. Machinima was trying to get someone who was like a specialist or a guru or a really good player at a particular kind of game to pump out this like edited content. Here's my quick scoping montage. Here's,
And Phil was the opposite in that he pumped out garbage of every single game.
and then if you're doing that, of course, it's one video you're putting out, you put the watermark on it. Not a big deal. I wasn't doing that. I was doing raw playthroughs. So any given day, and by the way, back then, YouTube could only do 10-minute videos. Remember? So here I am.
I like that back in the day.
Well, yeah, you could pump out a ton of content and get a whole bunch of ads on it. It was great.
Yeah.
But so here I am. I'm doing a playthrough. I get the new game in the morning. I pop it into my Xbox 360. I start recording. Within 4 hours, dude, I've got like 24 videos.
And it never occurred to him, hey, this may not be sustainable. People may not want to have their inboxes flooded with 24 videos a day, if not 50. But no, he still does this to this day. It's just hour-long videos, and it's terrible. That's why he struggles to get views on everything he posts.
Now, we're not talking 2025 technology. We're talking 2010, 2011 PCs.
Oh, you were on the camera back then, weren't you?
I was. Now, imagine taking that camera footage and running each video through a video editor just to add a watermark.
Then you should have looked for another managed partner. Machinima was good enough for you that they kept you for so long. You didn't break up with them, they cut you.
That would have taken days, like no exaggeration. Each video takes an hour or two, even if it's 10 minutes. Back then, it takes that long. So you're talking, you want me to upload my videos 3 days late because you want your watermark on it? Like, are you insane?
How can a video playthrough be late? What are you talking about?
So I told them no. I said, listen, if I do edited video, if I'm doing a vlog, if I'm doing, I'll play the intro or whatever. There is zero chance I'm putting this watermark on these gameplay, this raw gameplay. It would hinder me so much. I wouldn't be able to pump it out. And the thing was, at first they were, but after they saw the amount I was putting out and the amount of views and money I was making, all of a sudden they clammed right up and didn't give it. When they realized that the cut that they were getting back then, they were making a lot of money on me.
Machinima hated me. Absolutely hated me. Because, like, they lost money on everything I ever done. Everything I ever done, they lost money on. I think the vast majority of people lost money. Because, like, back in the day, like, Google had, like, invested in Machinima. So they gave them, like, $28 million or something. And then they gave it to people with not business tags, but gamer tags, right? Like, these weren't businessmen. These were like people that played games casually, that ran the Machinima channel, and they're like, "Oh, where's $28 million? What do we do? Well, let's get some contracts. Let's lock it up so nobody else can do it." So they gave everybody these ludicrous contracts.
Yep.
I remember Kyle had a contract where he got like $3 for every 1,000 views that he put on his channel.
It's significantly more than I was making too. So.
Yeah. Like, I looked at him like, Kyle, you balling, Playboy? Because I think I got $2. I think that's what I got.
That was like the standard was the 2, and then the big guys got the 3. That's right.
Yeah. And like it was obscene money. And then they initially they only did it on ads that were on the computer. But then everybody complained, and then they put it on phone ads too. Because like everybody wanted to watch on their phone. 70% of my viewership is phone, 30% is people on the computer. I'm only getting paid for 30% of my fan base here.
Right.
But when then they did the whole thing, that's what tanked Machinima. As soon as it said, okay, we'll pay you for the phone ads too. This is before phone ads got to where they could monetize them.
Right.
That's where they started bleeding money. And it's like, oh, the paychecks were so nice.
They were, there was, I couldn't believe it. I mean, the paychecks were so good. There was 1 month that they paid me. They had to send me 3 separate payments because they had maxed out the amount you could send on PayPal in 1 month. So they had to send me 3 transactions. They couldn't just do one. I was like, it's crazy. All I'm doing is around. I'm making, no exaggeration, I made 3 to 4 times as much as what I was making at my office job before then.
Yet somehow Phil ended up being bankrupt.
I knew it wasn't sustainable. I knew there was no way that was going to last forever. The bubble was going to burst somewhere.
He sure didn't manage his finances like it was.
My first check from Machinima or my first check from
yeah.
YouTube?
No, Machinima. Mine was $22,000.
Well, Wings must have been majorly popular, and somehow along the line he squandered it. Alright, I'm gonna cut it off here because wow, this is just so terrible. There's nothing interesting going on. They're just crying and reminiscing about stuff. Phil, let Wings talk. This is the level 1 podcast with like Wings for 5 seconds. It's terrible. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all next time with something more robust. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. Adios.